Okay, MMA people. Kamaru is very, very clear that he's not eager to fight Colby Covington again until basically until he absolutely has to. Until Colby pretty much beats someone else or two more people and there's no one else for Kamaru to fight that he has not already fought. He's doubling back around the division. He's pretty much cleaned out the division. Now he's on his way back around, is what he says, which is true. Jorge happened to be the first one to check off. He got some fresh blood with Michael Chiesa, Vicente Luque, and outside of that, you got the rematch with. Oh, you also have a possibility with Nate Diaz if he beats Leon Edwards. Now, with that being said, why do these fighters keep talking about if it makes sense? What the hell does that mean? Kamaru, it makes sense for you to fight Colby. But it also makes sense if you don't want to fight him. Or fight him again, I mean. Which I understand that was a tough fucking fight, man. Tough fucking fight. Tough fight. However, it makes sense. Don't say, oh, when it makes sense. I mean, hey, what does that mean? Explain what making sense. All this shit, they keep saying the same thing. If it makes sense, if it makes sense, this fight makes sense. What does that mean when you say it makes sense? Make make that make sense. Make sense of what makes sense. Define what making sense is, please. Because I just want to know, like, when it's like, oh, when it makes sense. Okay, well, what does that entail? What goes along with making sense is what I'm missing. Because as a fan, to me, the shit makes sense. It would have made sense if you fought him instead of Masvidal. It would have made sense if you fought him right back to back. I mean, it would have all made sense to me. Now, again, I don't have a problem with Kamaru not wanting to fight Colby or choosing to fight others before him. He's making it very clear that that's what he wants to do. But he's very unclear as to what making sense is. So, again, if Kamaru wants to fight Michael Chiesa, that's fine. If he wants to fight Vicente Luque, that's fine. And because he's playing his hand very well right now. The only thing is he hasn't explained what making sense is. When it makes sense, show me something. You are the most active. What do you want Kobe to show you? He finished Tyron Woodley. Uh, what else? What else do you want him to do? You want him to fight Leon Edwards now? Okay, I'm not mad at that. Only thing is, for me, I wanted to see Kamaru defend the belt versus Leon Edwards and Kobe. So I'm just being selfish as a fan because I want to see Kamaru more of Usman. And if Leon and Kobe cancel one of each other out of the equation, then that kind of eliminates a opportunity for us to see Usman versus Leon and or Kobe. Because I would like to see him versus both of those guys. But that's the selfish side of being a fan. I have nothing to say wrong about what he's doing. Nothing about what he's doing bothers me other than the fact that he hasn't explained a clear cut and dry path for Kobe to come back to the title. Just show me something. I don't know what that means. But hey, Kamaru's the champ. He's got every right to do this. Plus, he's still willing to fight. Willing to fight. Apparently, you got a couple, probably two or three guys where Kobe can just sit back and wait and see if Kamaru goes through these next 2 or 3 opponents. But that's not really a good idea. You don't want to be too inactive for too long. However, Colby is nobody wants to fight Colby. I've already said this. Colby's in a tough spot. He's literally in a tough spot. I would like to see him in the ring, but who are we gonna put him in there with? You can't just throw him to anybody, or you can't just throw anybody to him. Who do we got? Who do we got? Masvidal clearly does not want to fight Colby. He does not want to fight Colby. But if we could make that fight happen in the meantime of Kamaru fighting someone else, but the thing is, Colby coming off a win, Masvidal coming off a loss, you know. But don't act like this shit's never happened before. So you guys help me out with this one. I'm really on the fence with this. Should Kamaru fight Colby? Should he fight Edwards? Should he let them handle it? Or should we do like how Bellator's doing and kind of make it all a tournament and wait for the Leon versus Nate rematch to come back into play? Hey, I say you just let Usman fight Chiesa. If Chiesa's down to fight him, then let's just make the match. Why not? What's what's it gonna hurt to see Usman in the octagon again? It's definitely not gonna upset me. You know, I don't. Again, I don't mind what Usman is doing. Would I rather see him fight Colby? Yeah. But am I still gonna watch either way? Absolutely. MMA House on MMA Block. We in the middle of MMAville. Yep. We keeps it real.